Yeah, hello class. Good afternoon. So please, Doc is trying to join in. Doc joined the other link, the one that he gave to us to use during the week. So that is why you've not seen him. So he joined and he was waiting for us there. But unfortunately, so I've given him this one. He's joining soon. So kindly hold on. And we should do well to remind our friends that Doc is joining so that they also join. Thank you. Yeah, hello. Hello, class.
Hello.
Please.
Yeah, hello.
Oh,
When on
so
said that?
Yeah,
okay,
hello.
please. Did you hear me?
We did.
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right.
You
I hear
always
you.
giving us information. The baby was some for Hey, Daniel. Sisi Azi, Razi. Sisi my name for. Sisi train another how many minutes?
Men join or joining CCR because or joining the other one. So me catch and say, your and also oh, he's been there waiting. So he even come down, Daniel, you've not joined, they are not joining. No, I said, oh, we are using this one. So he's joining. So he's joining soon. We'll start soon. Please. Thank you.
We are trusting your word today.
Oh, yeah, trust me. Today I'm going to have a full 8 hours lectures.
Sure. Yes, serious.
And I
What about
12
it?
hours.
I want lectures.
12 hour match. Right. Carol, I want to be on 12 hour match.
When your papa?
They say,
Your papa no waka say oh yeah you let's do it fast. You see, let's do it fast. Nanka you come.
no. Hey, fine. Don't worry.
Good evening, class. Do you hear me?
Yes,
Class,
sir.
do you hear me?
Good
Yes, sir.
afternoon, Doc.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Well, we can
Yes,
hear you,
Doc.
sir.
Hey, I've missed you people.
Same here.
I miss you, pa.
Oh,
Anyway, let's share a word of prayer and we go. Father, we thank you for yet another section and lecture. I pray for health and strength for every single student. We pray that what we are going to do today, they will understand it and appreciate it in Jesus' name. Amen. All right.
Amen.
I hope you have received your course outline. In your course outline, we have project selection method or project financial analysis. And I'm going to explain why the topic project selection method is also known as project financial analysis. Actually, the main topic is project financial analysis. It's also a project selection method. Do you all hear me, please?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Well, in undertaking a project, you need to find out whether the project is financially viable. When we say financially viable, what we're simply saying is that this project, if we undertake it, are we going to get our returns on investment? Are we going to get a net present value? Are we going to get a positive net present value? Because nobody intends to carry out a project and loses financially if the organization is profit-oriented organization. Unless the organization is just a social project, it's not profit-oriented. But for any profit-oriented project, you must do a financial analysis before you even initiate the project. Now you know initiating, okay? You must do a financial analysis of it. And that is basically what we are going to do. But why is it project selection method? It's project selection method because you can have a situation where, as an organization, you have about 4 projects that you want to embark. 4 projects. You need to do one, but you have limited resources because you cannot do all. So at that given point in time, you want to find out which of these projects will give you the highest financial benefits. So based on that, then you select that project. So it's project selection method because you would have a situation where you have more than project A, B, C, and D in an organization. All of them, you have done some initial assessment. But then at a point, you only have limited resources to carry out one of the projects. So you just want to do one of the projects. So the question is that amongst the 4, which one must you do? Which
Oh, please, you are breaking.
So it is project selection method and at the same time financial analysis. Okay. So we use the financial analysis to determine which of the project is really viable, most viable. Okay. So any time you are going to, if you hear project selection method, it is basically financial analysis. Okay, so basically that's what we're going to do. All right. So the point is that good decisions need to be made for every project, right from the inception stage of the project. Good decisions need to be made for every project, right from inception. That single decision made will go a long way to affect the project either positively or negatively. And most projects have failed just because good decisions were not made. In project, decisions are not hurriedly made since issues involved are many, while deep thinking must be committed to it. So depending on the type of project, some of the analysis that one needs to undertake are. So we are saying that apart from financial analysis, you also carry out technical, economic, social, sociocultural, environmental, marketing, institutional, stakeholder, and sensitivity analysis. Okay. All these ought to be undertaken. Okay. Apart from the financial. So when you are doing technical analysis, it has to do with what type of material are we going to use? What type of soil? What is the soil situation? And so on and so forth. So where is the location of the project? All those things are technical. And then economic and financial are quite close, but economic might not necessarily be profit oriented. So economic would be social project. I want to build hospitals like the Agenda 111. We want to build hospitals. We want to find out whether it's economically viable. We might not necessarily get profit in doing. If government decide to build schools, government is not looking at money, profit, but government is seeing the social aspect of it. So is it economically sensible? Financially, I've explained. You need to calculate the payback, calculate the net present value, calculate the internal rate of return, calculate the average rate of return. We are going to do all that. Then social. Is this project socially acceptable? And sociocultural. Culturally, is it acceptable? Okay. You might want to do a project, but sociocultural.
Hello, Doc. Good afternoon. If you can hear me, I think your network is not stable, and so if hello, Doc. Hello, Doc.
I suspect the internet is misbehaving. So,
Yes, sir, Doc.
yeah, the internet is the internet. So I think I have to position myself well in my house. Some places.
Please.
I love sitting in the living room, but the living room to the internet is not too strong here. So let me see. Let me try and position myself for 1 minute, okay? Oh God. Please, is it better? Is it okay? Do you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
that's good. So we are talking about doing an analysis, okay? Institutional, the people who do marketing, all these things should be done before, especially if you have huge projects. So the end result of the analysis or the study is the management decision on whether to terminate the project or to approve its next phase. So after you have carried out these analysis, you then make a decision as to whether we should continue with the project. Okay. Those who have undertaken a good analysis can sleep well at night, knowing that they have made the best possible choice under the scheme. So what he is trying to say is that if you make any good if you do a good analysis and you know that your analysis is good, then you can sleep because you think that you have done the right thing. Okay, you have done the right thing. Okay. All right, all these things are. So now the decision made at the end of the study should identify those projects that are to be terminated. And once a project is deemed feasible, it is then approved for development, given a limited availability of capital or other resources. As development gets underway, the management is given a series of checkpoints to monitor the project's actual progress as compared to the plan. So investment appraisal, the investment analysis, we use what we call investment appraisal. I want every student to get a pen and a paper with him, because we're going to do serious calculations here. A pen and a paper. Don't just sit like that. So I'm giving you 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Get yourself a play sheet. Okay. Our 3-4 play sheets. Okay. Because we are going to do a lot of calculations. This thing, teaching it non-face-to-face is not easy. So just you'll be doing things with me. Otherwise, you will not get it. So get yourself a pen and a sheet or a book. Okay. We can move on together. So are we together? Are we together? Are you there?
Yeah, yes, sir.
All right, good. So we call this investment appraisal. This financial analysis is also known as investment appraisal. I know some of you have done investment appraisal, but this one is project-based. Okay. So the range of methods that business organizations can or organizations use can be categorized as the. So we have with this appraisal method, we have the traditional. The traditional is called non-discounted method, and then we have the non-traditional, which is known as the discounted cash flow technique. I want to repeat. We have the traditional. In the traditional, you don't discount. You don't discount. That's why we call it non-discounted method. And then we have the non-traditional. For the non-traditional, we discount. A discounted method, cash flow. All right. So the traditional method, which we don't discount, include 1, average rate of returns. ARR, average rate of returns. And then the payback method. These are the 2 traditional methods. Traditional because that is what they have been using all these days. Okay, they use that. That was the traditional, and then the non-traditional. Hey, what is that? Non-traditional. Is this noise coming from me?
No, I think someone's microphone is on, that's why.
All right. Then we have the non-traditional, which is known as a discounted cash flow. Because the non-traditional, we discount. So that one includes net present value, benefit cost ratio, and then internal rate of returns. So basically, these are the things we are going to do, okay? And nothing else. So we start with the first one, the non-discounting, and in the traditional method. In the traditional method, we don't discount. The first method is called a payback. And basically, that is literally the amount of time required for a cash inflows from a capital investment projects to equal to a cash outflows. Okay. The usual way that firms deal with deciding whether 2 or more competing projects is to be accepted. That's all. So I am carrying out a project, and I have sunk in money, or I have put in money, 100,000. Okay. Then every year I get 20,000. I sunk in 100,000. Maybe I'm getting $20,000. So every year, of course, the project will pay back in 5 years. So basically, the formula for payback is the initial payment, initial money sunk, initial money put into the project, divided by your annual, don't forget, annual cash inflows. Okay. So as a project manager, if you are putting in $100,000 into a project, you should be able to know how much you are going to get every year. That is what we refer to as the cash inflows. And so, for example, if 4 million is invested with the aim of earning 500,000 per year, so I sink 4 million into a project, and annually I'm going to get 500,000 on the average. The payback period is calculated as the number of the initial capital you put in, that is 4 million, divided by what you are getting every year, which is 500,000, which that means that the project will pay back in 8 years. Okay. And here the assumption is that every year you are getting 500. Okay. So for example, if you have 2 projects where one is paying back in 8 years, like this one, and another is paying back in 5 years. If you are to select one, if you use the payback criteria, you select the 5 years project. You select the 5 because that is what is paying back earlier. So in the use of the payback, there are a lot of limitations. Okay, a lot of limitations. And the key limitation is that what happens after the payback is not much of a concern to the owner. But of course, for every businessman, it should be a concern. So that is one of the limitations of the payback. What happens after the 8 years? You don't want to care about that. You are only interested in how much is paying back. Okay. Then another thing about the payback is that 500,000 in year 1 is not the same as 500,000 in year 2. But with this kind of calculation, 500,000 in year 1, 500,000 in year 2, 500,000 in year 3, 500, they are almost the same. That is the assumption you are making. So, and of course, that is where the discounted comes in. Okay. So because this one is non-discounting, you don't consider time value of money. Okay. So the payback this all looks fairly easy. But what if the project has more on uneven cash flow? So if I told you that the 500 is even cash flow for every year. Every year you are having 500,000, 500,000, 500,000. How about if you have a situation where year 1, 500,000, year 2, 400,000, year 3, 800,000. That is uneven cash flow, which is very possible. Okay. So when there is an uneven cash flow, you change the calculation. So I want to make, So if you have an even cash flow like the 4 million what we have, so you see year 1, year 0, year 1, year 2, year 3. Year 0 is 9, as we are talking, year 0. Year 1 is after 1 year. Year 2 is after 2 years. So if you look at the 4 million, 4 million is what? 4 million, there's 000 here. So the 4 million in year now. So you have now. So year one, you get a cash inflow of 750. 750, and you deduct the 4 here, 4,000 at the top here. Oh, come on. So you make deduction. This minus this. No, this minus this, you have this. You see, they've put it in the bracket, so it's negative. So cumulative. So year one, 750 is coming. You subtract 750 from 4,000, you have 3,250. Then year two, 750. You subtract it from it, you have this. Year three, 900. It gives you this. Year four, what 600? What is it? 1,000. So you see that as you subtract it from the initial capital outlay, the whole thing deducts until you deduct it until you come to that point where all the deduction is finished, the period. And the period at which all the deduction is finished is the year that is paying back. Okay. That is the year is paying back. So if you look at what we have here, what's my space? So if you look at this year, if you look at what we have here, so 4,750 minus 4,000, you have this 750 minus 3,250, you have that. So 900 minus this, you have that. 1,000 minus that, you have 600. 600 minus that, you have 0. So the thing pays back in year 5. You can have a situation where what you have here, that is, it could be not 600 exactly. It could be 800. It means that the thing pays back between year 4 and year 5. Okay, it pays back. So that if it's 800, the difference between what remains, 6 over 800 plus, so 6 over 8 plus 4 years. So the thing will pay back 4 years dot 4 years dot 6 over 8 of the amount remaining. Okay. So that is it. But just know that it pays back in year 5. Okay. The shorter the payback period, the better the investment under the payback. So for the payback, if your investment is, if the payback is shorter, then the assumption is that the investment is good. We can appreciate the problem of this method when we consider appraising several projects alongside each other. So you have project A, B, C, D, E, F. And year 0, these are the initial cost. This is what we have sunk in year 1. This year A. Year A has 5. Year B has 50 coming in. So you deduct. Okay, you can deduct. So 5 minus 50 minus 5 minus 10 minus that. So you deduct till the payback when the project payback. So when you look at this one, it says it pays back in year 4. Okay. This one pays back in year 3 because 50 plus 30 plus 20 is 100. So it pays back in year 3. If you look at this 40, this one also pays back in year 3. This one pays back 40, 70. It pays back in year 4. This one also pays back 70, 80, 90, 100, year 5. And then, of course, this one also pays back in year 5. But what is interesting is that you cannot say that project A and project D are the same. Even though they both pay back in year 4, what happens after the project is ended is equally important. Okay, and that is income. So you cannot just discard it like that. So what happens after the project. After the project has paid everything back, must be a good something to worth mentioning. Okay. So the advantages and disadvantages, which I am skipping. Okay. All right. Yes, James.
Hello, sir. In a practical situation where inflows are not that even, and for instance, if it is coming from, let's say, a client or some business partners, and it's not even, if there are no guardrails, payment may be lower than expectation, and so the period of payback may extend unduly. I ask, is there guardrails, some understanding to make sure there is minimum uneven contribution or
Oh,
influence?
no, no. James, let me go back. This is what these one. Do you see the Kesa?
Yes, I see.
This 50 is money you are sinking into the project. Is that not
Yes.
so?
Yes, sir.
And where do you get these 5, 10, 15, 20? Tell me.
So these are coming from if let's say it's a client that I this was done for, it may be coming from client or coming from whoever is paying for the project that was carried out by me.
No,
That's how I understand.
no. We are sinking 50 into a project,
Yes.
and we are expecting, because we are now, zero means now. Now I'm going to sink $50,000 into a project, and I am thinking that sinking 50,000 into the project, I'm going to get returns. Okay, so these are future values which you are predicting, you are forecasting, you are hoping that it will come because you have done your due diligence. This is perhaps the sales you can make from that. So this is something that you have not calculated. It's a future value. You are anticipating it. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. I understand. For if we can use a practical situation where, for instance, let me use real estate. I think I put up a hostel where I want to give it out after I've finished everything. Investing, let's say 50,000, 55 million or 50 million into the project, whichever, depending on the size of the project.
Yeah.
Okay. So I am expecting that there will be some inflows to make up for at least whatever investment I've sunk in there. Now, I want to find out that is there, with the uneven payback period, should I have a minimum uneven payment? Let's say every year's payment shouldn't be less than so and so, or I should just be open up and just be expecting whichever comes in. That's my question, please.
You make a forecast. I'm teaching operations management now. And in fact, this afternoon, I was supposed to go and teach forecasting. And in forecasting, you forecast to say that you have invested 50 million in the project. Year one, when you have done all the things you've done, you do all your calculations, you are anticipating that you have 5 million. Then year two, the business might have gone up. You get 10 million. Then year three, you get 50 million. Year four, you get 20 million. These are predictions and forecasting that you make.
Okay.
Based on available information. It's not like somebody is coming to pay you.
Okay.
It could be sales. Okay.
Okay, sir.
You get it.
Thank you, sir.
You haven't gotten there, but you are anticipating because of what. So you determine, you You do the calculation. Of course, like we are saying, some could be up, some could be down, depending on the external condition. Okay, but for every businessman and every project, you do this forecasting. Okay, you make forecasting.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Kelvin.
Yes, sir. Thank you for the opportunity. Sir, please, mine is not a practical example, but mine has to do with your table. The payback for 6 projects. Just below the table, sir, I can see that it's written below that you can see that the payback period for 4 of the projects, that is B, C, E, and F, is 3 years. But sir, this is the I'm not seeing that 3 years for
Oh, no,
E
no,
and
no.
F.
That one, that's a mistake. Sorry.
Okay, so
Maybe I'm
I have
correct.
to just
Yeah.
okay.
So no,
So
that's
maybe because it might confuse us.
Oh
Because
yeah, I'll correct that. Sorry.
okay, thank you.
So there is if you look at this project, B and C all have payback of 3 years. So it pays back here. But you see that what happens after is very important. What happens here is 40, and what happens here is 60. So you must be interested in what happens. But payback does not take into consideration that. Payback does not consider what happens after that. All right. So that is one of the disadvantages of payback. Even though it's fairly simple and easier to use, but it doesn't take into consideration time value of money. Again, I have to let you know that, let's say that this, if you look at project C, 20 in year 2 is not the same as 20 in year 3. 20 in year 3 is not the same as 20 in year 4. 20 in year 4 is not the same as 20 in year 5. It's like saying that if I have 10,000 this year, is the same as 10,000 next year. No, the value is gone down. The value is dropped. Okay, because of inflation. All right. So now, yes, Benjamin. Yes.
So if I should get it correct, so paybacks for a project are not actual, but projections and predictions.
Yes, because you are going to start a project. You are going to sink money into it. You haven't actually done the do. You haven't done the project. You are predicting and projecting that these are the things I'm going to. Each one of you do that. Each one of you. The reason why you are confident and bold to start this lectures, this MSc project, is that you are projecting what you are likely to have. Do you think that people get this course they won't do? People will do, but when they do their projections, how much money is going to come, they think that they can't afford the school fees, so they won't come. But when you project how much you are going to get every month, you think that you should be able to pay the school fees. That is why you embarked on the project of the MSc project. MSc. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. Thank you.
Now, the second one is also traditional. Kelvin, use your hands up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let's talk.
Sir, please. Oh, just a quick one. I don't know if I'm moving too fast, but I just want to know. Please, after the payback, like the example you gave in the table, after the 3 years, I'm still seeing figures below. So those figures.
Kelvin, that is why I'm saying that you do all those projections from year 1 to, let's say, year 7 or year 8. Nobody stops at only 3. You do that, but you can confidently say that the project pays back in year 3. But if you are comparing the project, but it doesn't talk about what happens after 3 years. That is why payback is a limited way of assessing. So if you compare the two projects, which both have 3 years of payback, you say, oh, they are the same. They all have the same payback. But it doesn't talk about what happens after the 3 years. That is why we are saying that payback is not the best way of assessing project. Is that correct?
Well noted, sir. Thank you.
I hope you understand what we are talking about.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Please understand, okay? Let me
okay,
take some. Force and understand. It's very simple. Okay, we are going to the difficult ones. So please hold 1 minute. Okay, I'm picking water. Hello, Kelvin. Please, are you here?
Yes, sir. Sir, please, I'm right here.
Nobody says that I'm making projections for my project. And so he makes the projections, and if the project will pay back in 3 years, he ends there. You have to project sometimes that is not the life of the project. You have to project till you come to the life. When we say the lifetime, the lifespan of the project. So the lifespan may be 7 years or 8 years. Let's say the lifespan of the project could be 8 years, but the project will pay back in 3 years. Okay?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
We are only trying to see which of the projects is better. Okay? Now, the next thing, we are now going to another non-discounting, okay, which is traditional. We don't discount, just like the payback. And here, we are looking at the average rate of returns. Average rate of return is called the average rate of return. In other words, how is the project returning your investment? How is your investment being returned? So the average rate of return expresses the profit arising from the project as a percentage of initial capital cost. So the payback was the initial capital cost divided by the average income. But this one looks at the percentage of returns. What are you getting annually over the initial capital outlay? So if you go down there, you look at the formula and say average rate of return is equal to average annual revenue divided by initial capital cost in percentage. So let us use this as an example. A project to replace an item of machinery is being appraised. The machine will cost 240,000 pounds. Is it pounds or euros?
Pound sterling.
Pound sterling, yes. Who is that? Caroline. Is that Caroline?
Yes, sir.
The way you said pound sterling, you like money, pa. So the machine will cost 240,000 pounds and is expected to generate total revenue of 450,000 over a period over the project 5-year life. Okay, so watch it closely. Is the 450,000 over the project 5-year life? Okay, So what is the average rate of return? The average rate of return is calculated per annum. And the 450,000 is for 5 years. So you need to calculate, that is a return. So you need to calculate per annum before you divide it by the initial cost. So the 450,000 divided by 5, because the 450,000 is for 5 years. So you need to calculate for 1 year. So 450,000 divided by 5, then all of them divided by the capital outlay, which is 240,000. Right. So when you look at it, 450,000 divided by 5 is 90,000. 90,000 divided by 240,000 multiplied by 100 gives you 37.5 thousand. All right. So that gives you 37.5%. So what that means is that the project is returning for you 37.5%. So if you have 2 projects and one is returning 37.5 and another is returning 20%, which of them would you like?
That's 7.5.
Yeah, 37.5. So you love the 37.5. So that because it is returning higher. All right. The higher the returns, the better. So with the payback method, the chief advantage with AR, just like the payback, the chief advantage with this is simplicity, very simple. This makes it relatively easy or easier to understand. So see how easy it's understood. Business planners usually understand it. The average rate of return is expressed in percentage terms. And this, again, may make it easier for managers to use. Okay, very good. Average rate of return. And again, of course, the average rate of return, the big disadvantage has to do with the time value of money. Okay, because if you take the assumption is that the 450 is for a period of 5 years. How we could have made it this thing. Okay, so next. Now let's look at the discounted cash flow method. Okay, the discounted cash flow method is what is now common everywhere. That is what is used. Okay, that is what is used. All right, so here, this one, please pay attention because we are going to do our calculations and we'll use this. Okay, so the discounted cash flow method for measuring profitability and of investment. The concept here is that it takes into consideration what we call time value of money. It is an expression referring to the concept that value received earlier are worth more than value received later. And this concept underlines discounting. If you have an uncle, 2 uncles, and one come and say, oh, Caroline, I'm going to give you 20,000 next year. Another comes said, oh, Caroline, I'll give you 20,000 next 3 years or next 2 years. Which one would you be happy about? It's the one which is near, because in the next 2 or 3 years, the 20,000 would have depreciated. The value would have gone down. And that is what we refer to as time value of money. And I believe that by now you should know about it. And that is the concept we are going to use. Okay, it is the process of finding out the present worth of a future amount. The present worth is determined by multiplying the future amount by an expression. Now, we are going to do some calculation, this thing, right? And then because if you have a pen, write F is equal to Write it. F is equal to P for Paul. F for Phil is equal to P for Paul into bracket 1 plus R for Richard, small r for Richard, in bracket close to the power n. N is number. So this formula here, F future, that's F future value is equals to P into bracket 1 plus R all to the power n. This is one of the most powerful formula in the universe. If you want to calculate population, you use this formula. If you want to, your money, you put your money in the bank, and you want to know how much it is going to be in a certain period of time. The P is the money you are putting in the bank, the present value. The R is the rate, interest rate, and the N is the time. So F is equal to P into bracket 1 plus R to the power N. That is the future value. Okay, why is that so important to me? Now, if I want to, that is
just ask them if I for top, I will go top you up.
Now, if I want to, please, are you paying attention? If I want to convert,
Yes, sir.
hey, let me look at who is doing that.
It's Kwame.
Who is Kwame Amwako? Who is Kwame Amwako?
Kwame.
Kwame Amwako.
Yeah.
Kwame Amwako minus 5%. Let me write it. Kwame Amwako.
Please, co-host, kindly mute him.
And then no, I will meet him. Don't worry. I just want to see who do. And then who again? Let me see. This project management. You know how tough the questions are. You will not be talking like that. Let me see you again. But Kwame Amwako minus 5%. Kwame Amwako minus 5. When I'm coming to for the face-to-face presentation, I'll show it to you. Kwame Amwako. You say Kwasia on this place. Okay. Keep on talking. Kwame Amwako minus 5%. If you get 70%, I will deduct 5% so that you get 65. I'm telling you here so that you will know. All right. So the F is equals to P into bracket 1 plus R to the power N. I want to make P the subject. P is the present value of a future value. I want to make P the subject of this formula. If I want to make P the subject of this formula, I will divide the whole expression around P, that is 1 plus R on one side to the power N, and then I'll do the same, 1 plus R to the power N. So 1 plus R to the power N will cancel each other, so that we will have P is equal to F times 1 over 1 plus R to the power N. So I don't know how I'm going to show you this, but the P, if you make P the subject, it will be P is equal to F times 1 over 1 plus R to the power N. And that 1 over 1 plus R to the power N is what they have brought here. That expression here. Amount by expression. So that's a factor. It is called the present value factor. Okay. And I'm going to explain that. Caroline.
Sir,
Yes.
please. You can use the pen to
Oh, I
express
can use the pen. I can. Oh, I
Yes,
can
sir.
use the pen. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so where do I go? I
There's
mean,
there's there's a sign
where?
like a round button with a pen in it. When you click on it, it will give you that option to use the pen.
Okay, let me
And then when
see.
you finish, you can use the eraser to clean it.
Okay, let me see.
Yes, sir.
It's under. Is it more? When I click more, or I show meeting? No, where? Remote control. Which one do you
Yeah,
use?
it's at the left corner. Left
Top corner.
corner. Left down corner. Sorry.
Left down. Left down.
There's a
Oh, the left down corner is the audio.
On top of your microphone, it's a green pen in a circle.
A green pen in a circle. Green pen
Yes, sir.
in a circle. Let me see. Oh. Do I have to? Let me see. 1 minute, okay. Green pen in a circle. Is it under more, or is show meetings, remote control?
Mostly at the top of audio.
Top of audio, eh?
Yeah, immediately you touch your cursor, it should show up.
Okay, so I've dropped something in the chat. I'm sure he should be able to see it from there, like a screenshot, something.
Oh, that. Let me see. Is it this one? Oh, yeah, I've seen it. I think this one. This one.
Yeah.
You have it. You've seen it.
Yeah. Yes,
yes, sir.
Doc.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, we can see it.
All right. So the future value F is equal to the present value into bracket 1 plus R to the power n. This is a very powerful formula. If you want to calculate the population of any city, the R will be the rate of growth per annum. The N is the number of years. The P is the current population. If you want to calculate the flow of anything, the growth of anything, if you want to know how much money your money is going to grow, you put 100,000 in the bank. That's your current money. P 100 P is 100,000 at the rate of what? What rate? If it is 20%, 0.2 to the how many years? 4 years, you put 4 there. But this is compounding. But we are not interested in the compounding now. We are interested in the discounting. So you make P the subject. I want to make P the subject. I'll just divide the whole thing by 1 plus R to the power n. Because what I do to the right-hand side, so to the power n. And of course, I do the same thing here. I do the same thing. So 1 plus R the power n. And so, of course, this one cancel this. So what remains is P. Can P is equal to F. You can split F multiplied by 1 divided by 1 plus R to the power n. So if you want the present, this present value is the future value multiplied by this factor. This whole factor here, this is it. This factor here is this. So this for you can also do it by this thing. So keep this formula, write it down. Write it down in your head because we are going to move on. Oh, where's my pen? So write that formula down. You are master students, so you need from first principle. You need to understand from first principle. Kelvin.
Yes, sir. Now, please, I'd like to know where from the one, because I'm seeing 1 plus R. They are all in brackets, but all of a sudden you had another one which is standing on its own. Please, how come that one? Where from that one?
Hey, Kelvin.
With the present value, I've seen one F P is equal to F times 1. That one on top. Please, where did you get it? That is what I want to ask. Thank you.
Kevin, you are exposing, I will explain, but you are exposing yourself. This one is SSCU. Because when I multiply this F by this whole thing here, I have simply splitted this whole thing here. This thing here, I have splitted it into F. It is, look up, it is like saying, look, it's 5 divided by 1.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's okay. I understand now. Thank you. Thank you. Don't go.
Let me help others. Maybe will be their channel. So this 5 divided by 1 plus S can be written as 5 times 1 over 1 plus S. Is it not true?
Yes.
It's true, sir.
Yes, sir.
Correct.
Yes, sir. Okay.
So that is what I have done. So I'm saying that this whole thing here, this whole thing here is the factor. It's called the present value factor. So once you get a present value factor and you multiply it by your future value, you get your present value. What I have said here, don't forget. Otherwise, you'll be confused. I'm saying that if you want your present value, this present value factor here, if you want to discount, the formula P is equal to what is compound. But if you want to discount, you just multiply your future value. So, example, I have 20,000. My uncle says that he will give me 20,000 in 3 years. Okay. Is Harriet here? Harriet.
Say, hello, dog. Good afternoon. I'm here.
Okay. I wanted to be sure. So let's say 2,000. My uncle says he'll give me 2,000 in 3 years. In 3 years' time. I want to know how much it is today. Okay. So it will be 2,000 multiplied by the factor. The factor is what? And let's say that the interest rate at the bank, or yes, is, let's say it's 30%, 0.3. Three years. So you multiply this by the raised to the power 3. This whole thing is raised to the power 3. 3, sorry. There's 3. There's 3 written here. So it's 2,000 times 1 over 1.1. This is 1 to the power 3. It will make this figure 2,000 smaller. That is the present value of 2,000 in 3 years. 2,000 in 3 years is lower than 2,000 if you work it out. But this factor here somebody has sat down and make a table for it, which we'll talk about. Okay. So how do I let it go?
The same place, there's an eraser, so you can erase it.
Oh, okay, let me see. Where is my eraser? All right. Okay. All right. So now let's go on. What's happening? All right. So please, what is shared? So now do you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, no, we can hear you.
All right. So now that we are going to look with this concept of discounting and compounding, because we are going to use more of discounting. We are going to, the most commonly discounted method of measuring profitability of project are the net present worth. The benefit cost ratio is ratio, not ration, is ratio. And then the internal rate of return. These are the three: the net present value, the benefit cost ratio, and then the internal rate of return. So now we are starting with the net present value. Okay, the net present value is the first discounted cash flow technique covered here. It relies on the concept of opportunity cost to replace value on cash inflows arising from capital investment. We look at so the technique is NPV, the net present value technique, where cash inflows expected in the future years are discounted. Okay, they are discounted to present. Okay, but let me use. Let me go back to my this thing. Okay, so I have oh, let me sit well. So we have 0, I hope you see what I'm doing.
Yes. Yes, sir.
So this is 1. The lifespan of the project is 5 years. So let's say I've sunk can be 100,000 into a project. Okay. And then year 1, so this, you see that the arrow goes down. It means that money has been sunk into the project. Let's say that year 1, I'm getting 40. Year 2, I'm getting another 40. Year 3, I'm getting 30. Year 4, I'm getting another 30. And year 5, I'm getting, let's say, another 30. So I'm sinking 100 into the project. Year 1, I'm getting 40 as cash inflow. Year 2, I'm getting 40 as cash inflow. Year 3, I'm getting 30 as cash inflow, 30, 30. Now let me put my formula here. The present value is equal to the future value multiplied by 1 over 1 plus R So I want to ask the class, is this project I have shown down here, is it viable? Is the project viable?
Oh. Yes, sir.
Why is it viable?
Yes. So because looking at it, I think the payback period is somewhere on the 3rd year.
Okay, on the payback score, you see it's viable. Okay, but
yes, sir.
We are not using payback. We are using net present value. The formula for net present value net present value is equal to summation of present value of benefits minus summation of present value cost. So what we are with this one, with this project, the initial cost is 100,000. No, sorry, 100. Let's say it's 100. And then we have 40, 40, 30. So who said it? Who says it will be viable?
There's Daniel.
Daniel. And you said a payback, but it's not paying back. Who again wants to make a comment? Is it viable?
Yeah.
Who says so?
Sir, Ruth.
Ruth.
Yes, sir.
Why? Why is it viable?
The project looks profitable because the initial investment cost was 100, but calculating it, I think we are around 170.
Ah.
Yeah.
The profitability is about 170.
Yes.
Hey, where did
40,
you get
40. No, 40, 40, 30, 30. When we sum it up, it's 170. But the initial cost is 100.
So yeah, it's profitable.
Yes. So before we discount it, the project actually looks profitable.
But you haven't discounted.
Yes, yes.
So when you discount, so how are you going to discount?
If I am doing it, for example, at a normal discount rate, I'll be using like 10% to 15%. The NPV would likely still be positive because the project is probably variable. Yeah.
Let's use 30% in Ghanaian
Okay.
setting. So we are using an interest of 30%. You know what you are talking about. What is your name? Ruth. Oh, okay. So let's use 30%, okay? So we are going to find the present value of 40 here to now. This 40 to now. This 30 to now. This 30 to now. And this 30 to now. So we find all of them, they are present values now. And then we compare it with 100, which is now. Until that, you cannot compare the two. You need to compare all of them, the future values to now. Sorry. You need to compare the future values to now. And that is why we are using present values. So you can either resort to the formula, or so if you, for example, you want to use the formula for year one, formula for year one is P. Formula for year one is P is equal to future value is, the future value is 40
over 1 plus R bracket close N
times 1 over 1 plus R. What is R? So 1 plus 0.3. Is that also?
30%.
30%.
0.3.
30% is 0.3. All to the power. What do we write here? What is N?
1.
1. So the whole thing becomes 40 times 1 divided by 1 point 3. The value will be lower than 40 because of the denominator of 3. Okay. We don't need to do all this calculation. A very wise man has given us a table to calculate this factor here. Okay, so we simply multiply the factor, the factor by the future values, these values, and you get their present value. Okay, that's what a certain wise man has done. Okay, so let's look at how it goes. Oh, come on. Oh. Why is that thing not moving? Or do I have to clean it first? Oh, come. The whole thing is not moving.
And maybe you've still activated the pen.
I've activated. Okay, it's moved down. Now, so we're going to, let me clean what I have, and then so we can draw a nice table like this. So Y is here. You can say cash flows. Cash flows. So here 0. 1, 2, 3. So this is 100. Then 40. We have what we call present value. Instead of doing your calculations, you go to the table, this table. Do you see the table?
Yes, sir.
From period, percentage, we don't find 30, right? Do you find 30 there?
No, please.
Yes, sir.
So all right, that
Yeah,
right?
30% is there.
Yes. Discount
Yeah, it
rate.
is that.
So 30 days, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 20, 25, 30. So this 30. So period 1, which can be 1 year, is 1 year. Is 0. Year 1 is 0.7 what? So you copy for me.
0.7.
Write all of them
690.
from 1 to 5. 1 to 5.
Okay.
Write all of them. We'll go to the other table and work it out. From year 1 to year 5. Are you done?
Sir, please kindly move the cursor.
I should do what?
The cursor, okay, that's
Sorry. Okay. Are you done? Can you use your phone and take it? Are you there?
yes, sir.
Yes, dog. We
All
are
right.
here.
So we are going back to the so a wise man has generated this fantastic table. This good table. It's not difficult anyway. So we close this and then we get back. Chop them. Did I? No, did I read something? I think I didn't read anything. Okay, let's do it again. Please, are you following?
Yes, sir.
So cash flows. So we have 100 here. We can call this present value factors or discounting factors or present value factors or discount. So for year 0, the value is 1. Year 2, write all the values here. 0 points. The first one was 0 point what?
0.7692.
0.76.
92.
So what you do is that now you write a present values. So you write all the factors here. Please write all of them. All right, so you multiply the first one. Okay, this one, because the sunk value is negative. So you put a bracket around it, showing negative. So this one, it comes here, the present value 100 times this is 100. Oh, come on. Okay, so you multiply. What do you get for the first year? Help me.
It's 30.77.
30.
0.768. Yeah.
Point 7 what? 7?
That's all. It was 30.6 something. So we ran it
So
out. Yeah.
then the second one, what fact? The factor multiplied by 40 what?
It's going to be 23.67.
The next is what?
13.65.
66 rather. Six.
Next.
I got 10.50.
10.50. After the decimal place, we don't say 10.50.
Okay.
After that's my point. You have to. Then the last one.
8.08.
And we said net present value. I want to now calculate the net present value. The initial benefit is from here. This. Cost is this. So calculate.
So please, I had 86.67.
86.67. What is the benefit?
Let me see. Oh, this one, I think, using the 30%, it's not variable anymore because we will get a negative.
Oh, don't talk. Give me the benefit. If you add this plus this plus this plus this plus that.
No, they come up from the 30.77 down.
Yes.
We'll get 86.67.
What?
86.67. That is what I had.
Minus
100.
And then, so the next present value is what?
Negative 13.33.
So the net present value is negative. Is the project viable?
No, sir.
So you saw that
No,
what we presented was very beautiful. Cash flows 40, 40, 40, 40, 30, 30, 30. So looking at it from hindsight, you think that is viable, but at an interest rate of 30%, it's not viable. Now I want you to do calculation for 15%, and let's see. 15%. So I'm taking you back to the table. Now use 15%, and that is the last column. Use 15% and do the calculation wherever you are. Let me see the value you get. I'm waiting for you. I've given you the table. Use 15%. We have used 30%. We got NPV of negative 13. Use 15% and get me the answer, what you get.
Hi, Doc. Please, I want to confirm something. If you can go back to the initial calculation that we did with the 30%, I'll be very grateful.
Hey, hello, class. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hello, Doc.
Yes, sir.
I have muted myself. So what are your answers? What is the, let's say, what is the MPV? What is the MPV?
Yeah.
You learn it well because you have a question. Judy.
Yeah. No, please, I don't know if I'm right, but I got 16.64.
All right, let me see. So
Okay.
MPV for
12.82.
For the percent, which percent?
15%.
15%.
For the 15%,
15.
16.82.
Yes,
I also
83.
had 16.85.
16.82.
83.
823.
8260.
823.
823. Yes, sir. 16.823.
16.84.
823.
Oh, and then the MPV for the other one, which was 30, right?
Yes.
It's 30.
For 30%. That gave us what?
Negative 13.32.
Three.
So you see that as the MPV, the R, this R rate of 15%, sorry. Rate of 15%. And rate of 30%.
It's not true. It's not it's on tree. Why? All right. I'm going to tell you on. All right. I'll get it right now. Right.
Who is that? Who is that? Now, so let's see. So you see that it was at 30%, the project was not feasible because the MPV is negative. When MPV is negative, it means the project is not feasible. We are Jumana Beboka 13.32. And at 15%, if you go to take 15%, ubenya 16.823. That is positive. Is that also? So when we say benefit cost ratio, so no, let's work this thing out first. Now, there is, if you watch the factors, in between 15 and 30%, there is an R, a rate that will give you MPV of 0. To give you MPV of 0. It will break even the project. That rate in percentage, that will give you MPV of 0. That is called the internal rate of return. Should I say it again? Or you understand? Okay.
Say it again.
Say it again, though. 15% gives you positive 16.3823. And then 30% gives you negative 13.32. Then which in between 15 and 30, there is an MPV. There's a rate. That rate could be 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. In between, it's between 15 and 30. That will give you 0. Because if you draw a number line like this, if you take the MPVs, no, I don't have to use the number line. I don't. So let me just if this thing is NPV, and this one is rate, R, rate. R. So if we use 15, let's say 5, 10, 15, 30, no, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. No, let me rub it and do it better. Let's say this is 10. 20, 30. So 10, 20, and 30. 30, if 30 gave us a negative MPV of what? 13. So if this is 0, let's say that 5, 10, 15. So 13 will be somewhere here. Are you watching? Do you see it?
Yes, sir.
Because you are not minding me. We are working
Sir,
together.
we are watching.
Sir, we are following you.
And then MPV of 15. 15 is here. Give we say 5, 10, 15. So 5, 10, 15. So 16 will be 16.8 to be somewhere. So this 15%. So 15% gives us 16.8. And then 30% gives us this 13, negative 13. So you can draw a line to stretch, to cut the two. Are you watching? Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So you see that there is this rate here.
Maybe 24 or 23.
10, 15, 20, 20 something.
Mm.
In between 20 and 30, there is this one. This rate here gives us MPV of what?
0.
That is called the internal rate
of return.
of return. Is very, very important. And I'm going to explain why it is important. Internal is the interest rate, the rate at which the project breaks even. MPV is 0. The summation of benefit and summation of cost is 0. What that means is that when you design any business or project, are you listening?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to show you how to calculate that. I'm going to show you how it is calculated. If you draw any project, my internet is on, so it's okay. If you design any project with your forecasting, your cash flows, and your initial cost, you should be able to calculate this internal rate of return. When you go to the bank and they say they will give you any rate more than this figure here, it's around 20. If you look between this and this, it's around 23, 24 something, 24, 23, between 23, 24 graphically, but we'll calculate it here. We'll calculate it. That figure there, we don't know. We don't know that rate. We don't know. That rate, which is giving us break even. If you go to the bank and the bank manager says that he'll give you anything more than this figure, anything here, it will give you, it will let the project not work. It will make the project not feasible. If you go to the bank and they give you anything less than this, from here, right, the lower the interest rate, the better the project. That is why the Lebanese are doing well in businesses. They go to Lebanon or the Middle East. They take a loan at a very low rate, and they come and do business in Africa. And you go to your banks and take a rate of 30%. So he is taking a rate of sometimes 5%. Yeah. And you are taking a rate of 30%. All this space is on these margins. If they come and look at how we are selling it, if you are selling the item a certain price, he can lower his small and still you get a lot of profits. So the Lebanese will continue to do better. If you go to the bank and the bank manager says that I'll give you the rate more than this figure here, we are going to calculate, okay? What is the formula? The formula for internal rate of return is there. It's in this material. So internal rate of return is equal to the lower interest rate. Let me just help you with that. Now, this is the formula. Watch. The formula is the lower interest rate plus the difference between the two discount rates, times the positive MPV divided by the range of the MPVs. And this one is nothing. Okay. Let me just erase something. So help me with the figures. What is the lower interest rate in this case? For what we calculated, which is the lower interest rate?
The 15%.
The 15%. So lower interest rate, 15%. Plus the difference between the discount rates. What is the difference? The difference between the rates.
15%.
15%. You are following. Multiplied by, this time here is multiply by the numerator is positive MPV. What is the positive MPV?
16.4.
82.
82.
Divided by the range of the MPVs. When we talk about the range of the MPVs, we are talking about the range of 16.823 and 13. When you talk about range, we are talking about interval. Okay. We are not you have to add the both. Range is sum of two, interval, the absolute. So what is 16.823 and 13? Point this, add the two. Range. They are interval or the absolute. What is 16.823 plus 13 point?
Yeah, 13 point.
It will be something like 20 point something, please.
30.143.
30 point what?
143.
30 point what?
143.
143. Now divide this by this. Multiply by just raw 15. Don't go and write anything like 15%. Just multiply by 15, and then add whatever you get from here, you add to 15. So 16.
Doc. Hello, Doc.
Yes.
The 13.32 is a negative figure.
I say range.
Okay.
Master range. Range is different from, it's a range interval. Let me draw a number line for you. Watch this.
15.73.
Look. Let me draw a number line. If you draw a number line like this is 0. This is 1. This is 2. This is 3. This is -1. 1, 2, 3. -2. -3. -3. What is the range of -2 and 3? Here, +3. The range. This is the range. And what is the range? -2 and 3. What is the interval? What is the range? Is it not 5?
5. Yeah.
So that is why in exams, if you go and subtract this, you fail. You get it wrong. So the range is the interval between 16.823 and -13.32, which is 30. So this gives you what? This fraction here.
0.558.
0.558 multiplied by 15. Multiplying 0.55 by 15, not percentage. You forget about 0.5 because everything is in percentage. 0.55 is 0.5 what? It doesn't reach 0.5.
0.5.
Is it 0.5? Is it 0.5?
Yes, sir. A 0.55.
0.558.
81.
Multiply that by 15.
That will be 8.372.
8.372. So 15. Then this 15 plus that 8.
That will be 23.372.
23 so 23.
0.372.
And you can run it up to 23.4. That is your internal rate of return percentage. So if you look at the graph, you see that.
Yes, I'm getting 23.82.
23 point what?
82.
You have 23.82. Somebody, okay, let's say 23.82. 23.82. We look at the graph. This is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 is here, and then 30. So you see between 20 and 25, which is here, is this figure, 23.82. That is your internal rate of return. So 23.82 is your internal rate of return. This rate will give you a 0 net present value, and that is a break-even. This rate, so when you go to the bank and the bank manager says that he will give you any rate more than this, run away. He will give you rate less than this, then the business will be viable, given the forecasting or the projections that you have made. Is that correct? Now that is internal rate of return. There is another way of working it out, but that one you don't need that. Use this formula. Yes.
Yes, I was following, but when we got to the 0.558, I got lost of where we got 23.4%.
Boss, this calculation here is what we are doing. This calculation. This fraction here is 0.55 8. You
8.
multiply by
Yes,
this
sir.
15.
Yes,
Whatever
sir.
you get, you add it to this. That's all. Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right, sir. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So that is 23 on that. So that is internal rate of return. Now, when we say calculate the cost benefit ratio, the cost or benefit cost ratio is equal to any calculation you do is summation present value of benefits divided by summation present value of cost. So in the initial calculation we did, whatever you got, the benefit, whatever you got, you divide it by the cost. The cost was, the what we did, the cost was 100. So whatever you got, you divide it. If it is a fraction, it means that the benefit is smaller than the cost. Okay, if it is not a fraction and a whole number, if it's 1 point something, whatever you got, if it's bigger than 100, your cost, then it means that the cost benefit ratio is positive. What is the essence of all this? The essence of all this is to ensure, to find out whether the business is viable. Okay. And the internal rate of return is very, very important. Net present value is also important. Okay. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to, we are done with investment analysis. That's all. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a question and I'll ask you to compute, use two
I can't hear you.
yes, I am not speaking. I'm trying to erase what I have. So I move on. Can I erase?
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Have you put your things down? No, I think the fucking to about something. You press it down. I pressed it down. Thank you.
Madam Francisca, please mute yourself.
I'll deduct Maxwell. She's called Francisca, right? This is 50,000. This, are you listening to me?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Oh, this is not schematic. Yes, so this is a business, an initial cash flow. Oh, come on. An initial cash outflow of 50,000. Can be dollars. Let's say dollars. 50,000. $50,000 USD, and then this is year one, year zero, year one. Please, you are draw it to year two, year three, year four, year five. What I have drawn is an operational cost. Operational cost of 5,000. Operational cost of $2,000 every year. Mind you, not 20. Operational cost. And it's also cost. Every year, 22,000. Every year, 2,000. Every year, 2,000. This is a very simple project. This is a social project.
Oh,
You
please.
are
Yeah. Yeah, two is
social project.
10K.
Hey, who is that? Who is that? A social yes, Caroline. Caroline, are you asking a question?
No, sir, please.
Doc, please. I was saying that year two is 10K.
What?
Year two, it's 10K.
It's 10K. This is 2010, 2020, 20. And then this cost, annual cost in operational cost is called operational cost of $2,000 every year. So year one, 2,000. If you look at the broken lines, year one, 2,000, year two, 2,000, year three, 2,000. So question one, with the help of a table, with the help of a table. So no, I can't write it. So with the help of a table.
Doc, please, I'm getting a little bit confused.
Why?
Judy asked a question. She said year two is 10K, but when you were explaining, you were saying every year is 20,000. So
No,
I don't know whether.
I'm not saying every year is 20,000.
Okay.
What did I say? Please, can
The
somebody?
operational cost is 2,000
The
every.
Operational
operational
cost
cost
is
is
2,000. What did I?
2,000. That's the exact line there.
Operational cost is here. It's cost. Every year is 2,000, 2,000, 2,000. So I'm reading, I'm saying something. I'm going to make a statement. I can't repeat the statement because it's not written. I'm not reading. So I'll say with a help of a table. Calculate the internal rate of return for this project. calculate the internal rate of return for this project. I am giving this thing to you as an assignment. You better try your hands on it this night. So I'm going to send this lecture materials to you. If you already have it, that's fine. But I'll send it to Daniel. Daniel will send it to you. You better try your hands on it. That's all I'll say. Don't submit it to me. I don't need it. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
So I'm going
Sir,
to send
please.
it.
Hello, sir.
Daniel,
What are the
say
rates?
it again.
Please, sir, what are the rates?
The rates.
I'm not going to tell you the rate. I'm not going to tell you the rate. We are going to calculate internal rate of return. I'm not going to tell you the rate.
Hey.
But, sir, we need a low. We need to calculate to get a lower rates.
And the high rate, sir.
I'm not going to tell you the rate.
Yeah, please be beg.
Sir, the one he taught us, he gave us some rates.
So you need to apply. So who can suggest how you go about it? Can somebody tell me how you go about it? Please, quick. I'm closing. I'm done for the day. I'm tired.
I think you go
alongside.
I think you have to go to the table.
Mm-hmm.
You have to.
Who is speaking? Who is speaking? It's making sense. Yes.
It's me, but I'm getting confused. I'm saying that we have to go to the table and get the net present value and the present value.
Who knows what to do? Tell me something. Who knows what to do? Calculate the internal rate of return. Hey, nobody is speaking to me.
I think we have to get our net present value before we can. We have to draw a table.
Hello, sir.
Yes, we have to draw a table first. Yeah, the cash flow.
Draw a table and you do what?
You get your
The cash flow.
Mm-hmm. The cash flows are there.
You put them into table.
You put them into table nicely. Correct.
Calculate the rate.
The rate. How do you calculate the rate?
No, you calculate your net present value.
How do you calculate the net present value?
Like the way you just taught us.
No. So how do you calculate the net present value, please? I want to know whether somebody is at home.
Your future.
I want to get
make a discount rate.
You do what?
Calculate discount rate. You calculate the NPV.
So how do you calculate the NPV? How do you calculate the NPV, please?
Is it the sigma, the present value minus the
how do you calculate? We know the. How do we know? Everybody knows the formula. How do you calculate?
So we'll go to the table. Then we'll find each year the value.
You do what?
We'll go to the table that you gave us.
Then
we'll find each year the value. We'll sum it all up. Then we'll come and then. Sir, please come again. So when you find the values on the table, You come write it on the table that you form. You write up, you draw up, I mean.
You
Then
draw the
you
table,
add
all
it.
right, yes.
So for the 5 years.
Which rate are you going to use?
Okay, so you have to give us a rate here, whether it's 15%, 30%, or 20%.
That's a beautiful one as well.
I'm not going to give you a rate.
Okay, then, Doug, we will choose the lowest rate.
So,
We will
sir,
choose the
can we
lower
choose
rate.
the rate ourselves?
Somebody is making sense. You do what?
Yes, so I said we'll choose a lower rate.
Like 10%.
So how do you choose? You choose, yes. Who is that?
Sir, please, it's Pamela.
Pamela, what do you do?
Yeah, so we'll go for a lower rate. Since when we go for a lower rate, it would give us it will make the project viable. But when we go for a higher rate, it is likely that our project will not be feasible.
Oh, that's great. So Pamela, listen to Pamela. What
Sir,
Pamela
A1. I won't write the exams again. A1.
Pamela says that you get the word is guess a rate that will give you a negative MPV.
They're positive.
Positive MPV. Then guess another rate. First, you guess any rate, use it. It will either give you positive. You listen to me. Who is that? You guess a rate, any rate, and that rate to give you either positive or negative. For example, when it gives you a positive rate, MPV, of course, you go for a higher rate, which will result in a negative. So then you have a negative and positive rates. Then you can use it into this formula. So you have one negative, a rate which is giving negative MPV, and a rate which is giving a positive MPV. Then you have 4 variables. One rate giving you a positive MPV, another rate which is giving you a negative MPV. Then you can now slot it in the formula, and then you get your IRR. So what I wanted to hear from you is that you choose, you guess. That is what Pamela said. Guess an MPV. Guess a rate. The first guess you don't know whether it will give you positive or negative, but you guess. If it gives you negative, then of course you'll be going for a lower rate. If it gives you a positive MPV, of course you'll be going to a higher rate. So when you get positive, you can put it in this formula, because this formula is interpolation. You interpolate. What we are doing, interpolation. This thing, when I learned it for the first time as a master student, before the lecturer even brought this formula here, I had already calculated my IRR. It's very simple, because if I have 15%, a rate of 15%, let's say a rate of 15%, and that rate is giving me an MPV of, let's say, let's say 2,000 positive. I need to go for a higher one, maybe 20%. Sorry. I'll go for a higher rate, which is I'll go for a higher one. Make sure that one we are choosing will give you a negative. Otherwise, you have to do it again. You have to choose a far higher. So let's say 20 gives you negative 1,000. $15 is giving me this positive. 20 is giving me negative. I have to find the rate in the middle here, which will give me 0. And in mathematics, I can create a formula with this. I can create. As an engineering student, I want to create, I'll create with X as a variable. So you watch. So I can say X, I'll do to the right-hand side and left-hand side. So X minus 15 divided by, I don't have to let it be SS, divided by 20 minus 15. 20 minus 15. And what I do to the left-hand side, I do the same thing to the right. Is that not so? Are you what? So X is what? 0. Is that not so? So 0 minus 15. That
15,
is 2,000. Divided by negative 1,000, which is 20%. Sorry. So 20, this 20 is negative 1,000. Minus 15, which is 2,000. And when you work this thing out, so which implies X minus 15
be positive.
Over what? Over what? If you look at the formula, the difference between the two discounts over 5. Please, are you following? Are you following?
Yes, sir.
Is equal to negative 2,000 as a numerator. Divided by negative 300. So negative 3,000.
3,000.
3,000. And of course, the negatives will cancel. The negatives will cancel. So when I do cross multiplication, I send this 5 here. I send this 5,000 here. 5 here, 5 to this side. The whole formula will become, the whole thing become X minus 15 is equal to, I'll leave some space here. This 5 here, 5 multiplied by 2,000 divided by 3,000. And I can send this negative 15 here, this negative 15 to this side to be positive. So I just send a 15 here. So to be plus. So I can rub this. I can rub this thing from there. So internal rate of return X here. X is equal to 15 plus 5 into bracket 2,000 divided by 3,000. And that is lower interest rate. Lower interest rate, which is 15, plus the difference between the interest rate, 20 and 15, multiplied by the positive MPV, which is 2,000, divided by the range of the two MPVs, which is 3,000. And I've used this simple thing here, this common sense here, to arrive at the formula. And when you calculate, you get the MPV. So let me tell you something. This thing nobody taught me, but at the engineering class at my master's, a civil engineering class. When the lecturer came, he was teaching a financial something, and he introduced this net present value thing. When I was sitting there, I devised this formula myself using these figures. I said, if 15% is giving me 2,000 and 20% is giving me negative 1,000, then in between I can arrange and have a formula. And I worked it out. X is equals to this. So this one to test is 0.66. You multiply it by this, you get 3 point something. You add it to this, it will give you 19. So x is 19 point something in between this and that. So it's very simple. So go and work this thing out. Okay, calculate the net present value. Calculate the internal rate of return for this. Calculate the internal rate of return. If you take your time and work it out, you will learn so many things, because whether you like it or yes, it's coming to the exams. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.
Hello, sir.
Just a question.
Okay.
Hello, sir. Sir, please, a question like this, meaning if the discount rate is not given, then each and every one of us will have a different answer.
You will never have a different answer.
No, assuming I'm guessing, like taking like 10%.
When you guess, you will never get a different answer.
You are using 15% here. Assuming I am using 10%.
You will
never
not
arrive at.
Let me tell you, no matter what you guess, the internal rate of return for this is the same. Wow. Because what will give you zero for this thing will give you zero net present value. You will never get a different answer. The only thing is that make a good guess. So when you use 1% and it gives you a negative, then you have to make sure know what to select. Otherwise, you'll be selecting, you'll be guessing, and all of them will give you positive. Go and work it out, okay? Tonight.
Doc, please, my question is, I wanted to find out, is it always the case that a lower rate will give you a positive figure, whilst a higher rate will give you a negative figure? I'm asking this because probably if I'm working, I'm guessing the rate, and then maybe the higher rate is giving me a positive figure.
Always a lower rate will give you a negative, a positive figure.
Okay,
it's not. This listen to me. Hey, pay attention. Listen to me. Who is making the noise? This thing, you may use 15% to give you negative. You may even use 10 to give you negative. You have to come down to maybe 5 to give you positive for this kind of arrangement here. But this thing can never give you different internal rate of return. Initial capital of 50,000, year 1, 20,000, year 2, 10,000, year 3, 20,000, 4, 20,000, year 5, 20,000, then operational cost of 2,000. Know how to calculate the operational cost. Let me give you a hint. There are 2 ways of going about it. You can, the 2,000 here, you can subtract this from 2,000 and then use it for your calculation. Okay, because 2,000, 2,000, 2,000. Go and try it. Go and hustle. Okay. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Good evening, my friend.
Bye.
So, Daniel, be expecting the material, okay?
Okay, sir.
Or do you already have it? You have
we
it.
Do, sir, but
you have it. You have it.
Yes.
You have it. I've given it.
Yes, sir.
Daniel will give it to you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.